All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom, Shabbath, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakathon. Okay? Let me start this off with a scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 5. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail? And all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right? So this is a picture that I took. All right, I was out and about, you know what I'm saying, running my errands, getting things done before the Sabbath rolled in. All right, and if you haven't known, all right, the Sabbath is for this month, all right, until the next full moon, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. All right, so I was out shopping, all right, at the grocery store, and you know when you go, you get your stuff, all right, you go to the cash register, you know what I'm saying, go on the checkout, and what I saw on the rack was this book, all right, Dangerous Times, Surviving Next Gen Threats, all right. So the spirit, and this is interesting, man, because we're coming right out of this whole so-called holiday season, so to speak, right? And this is what you have in the shelves, right there for everybody to see at the cash register. All right, Surviving Next Gen Threats. It says America Divided. Grid Down, How to Survive. Okay, Active Shooter, Inside the Lockdown. Evil Hidden in Plain Sight. What if 911 doesn't answer? Huh? And so I was like, yo, I gotta grab this book. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, just looking at it was edifying, you know, or shall I say it was meat for a lesson. All right? For a means for me to edify, man, because this is crazy. What I found very peculiar, all right, is that it's showing the mindset, all right, of the people. All right? It's showing the mind of the people. I'm going to explain what I mean. Check this out real quick. I want you to look at this. All right? Check this out first. Now, this is all the books in this checkout line. All right? You got Carb Smart. Okay? Eat good, feel good, right? You got Women's World. You got Word Search. Okay? You got air fry. Look at all these books. All right, astrology, history of astrology, SpongeBob SquarePants. You know what I'm saying? People's tabloids, quilting. Look carefully. Right? Look carefully. This book was grabbed up. Nobody wanted SpongeBob. Nobody wanted the tabloids. Nobody wanted to learn about curbing their diet. Nobody wanted to read about women's issues. Nobody wanted to read about cooking. Nobody cared about astrology. Huh? Nobody cared. Nobody cared about quilting. Everybody wanted this book. Everybody wanted this book. There was only 3 left. I grabbed one. Now there's 2 left. And look at what's right next to it. Look at what's right next to it. This backwoods survival guide, living off the land. Okay, so people grabbed this book and they grabbed this book. You see what I'm saying? Food production skills. All right. So it says self-reliance necessities. Practical advice. Okay, for this is pretty much prepping. All right? Look at this, man. This shows you where the mind of the people is at. They missed all these other books and they grabbed this magazine right there in the middle, at the bottom. Dangerous Times. Right? And I got this book, like I said, I went and I grabbed it. Okay, let's go back to the cover. All right, you can see people breaking into the stores. All right, setting things on fire. You can see these masked men walking around with weapons. All right, America, hey, Babylon is divided, man. Babylon is divided. This is that place, right? This is that place, man. What if 911 doesn't answer? This is what the prophet's been telling you. Gird up your loins, man. Get yourselves prepared because you're about to see some shit. You're about to see some shit. What if 911 doesn't answer? When we tell you about the prophecy of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, where all you women are going to seek to have protection from a man, because there's going to be so few men left. So few men left. You're going to look for any man, okay, who's got his head on his shoulders to protect you. And that man is going to be a man of the Lord. And all these women are going to be looking for us. All right? Everyone's going to be confused. Everyone's going to be left without a sense of direction. You see? What happens if there's a grid down? What happens if there's rioting going on, man? Active unaliving, you know what I'm saying? Evil hidden in plain sight. All right? We got the talk of these domestic teas, you know what I'm saying? These sleeper cells, as they're calling them. You know what I'm saying? The enemy from within. That's what Trump was talking about, right? All these things are going to culminate into one. It's going to be one issue, one thing after another, after another, after another. You see? Let's get this in the book of Isaiah. I saw this book. I was like, yo, that's the spirit, man. This is heavy. This is heavy. I got to do a lesson on this. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. And verse 2. You see what I'm saying? If you're sitting here talking about you don't have a lesson to go into, man, it's because you're not in the spirit, man. You're just not in the spirit. You can't see it. All right. The Spirit is showing you clues all around you. Just look. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother." Slack. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Let's go to Matthew real quick. All right, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass." Yeah, all right. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And I was just listening to Elder Apostle Tahar. He was going into a statement that was being made by a former Navy SEAL. All right. And the Navy SEAL was talking about, if we invade Iran and send in the troops, it is going to be a catastrophe. Right? Verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." You see what I'm saying? It's going to be famine, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. It's going to be kingdom against kingdom. It's going to be divisions everywhere. America is divided, man. America is divided. This is that time. All right? This is that time. Lord willing, this is the year. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12. This is Matthew 12 and 25. It says, "And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand." Real quick, let's look this up in the NLT. Bear with me, Akim. All right, so the NLT. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. It says, "Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or a family splintered by feuding will fall apart." All right? And this place is going to fall apart. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. We about to see it. We about to see this thing, man. Dangerous times are approaching. How many lessons have we, the prophets, begin with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down? How many lessons have we had to tell you, all right, that dark days are approaching? Dark days are approaching. Don't listen to what General Yohanan is talking about. Oh, all we need is to get a nice plot of land of America, okay, and put 15% of the population of so-called black people, and we'll build black America. You know, all this foolishness, man. All this foolishness. They are not teaching the flock. They're not preparing you for the battle. They're not doing it. They're not doing it, man. We're coming into some terrible, perilous times. All right? Let's go to Second Esdras. All right, this is Second Esdras chapter 15. All right. Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And here you literally got this dude, he has a weapon in his hands. You see what I'm saying? And swords in their hands. All right? "For there shall be sedition among men." When you're looking at all this stuff, jokers going inside the going inside the market, all right? Grabbing, smashing, looting. You see what I'm saying? This is what it's talking about. All right? "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." They're not going to care about what the law says. What if 911 doesn't answer? You see? What if 911 doesn't answer? I believe it was Elder Apostle Tahar who said that 911 is going to need 911. You see? Nobody's going to care about police in the streets no more. Nobody's going to care about that. These officers are going to be home protecting their families. You see? Law and order will crumble. There will be no more, what's the word? Shit, man. No more hospitality. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking of the word to describe this, man, because the words is escaping me. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it, man, no more regards for the criminal justice system, because everybody sees that it's all corrupt. Nobody, look at what's going on with MAGA right now. They're literally split right down the middle regarding Trump. They're split. Because in order to support this guy, you have to ignore the fact that he is giving all of your money to these small hats. You got to ignore the fact that he is actively starting all these wars around the world. You have to ignore that. In order for you to support this guy, you have to ignore the fact that he is on those files. He is waist deep in all that corruption. And indeed, he is a felon. You have to ignore all of these things. Whereas if it was someone from the opposite spectrum, you wouldn't have any quarrel. You would have no problem in calling out what they're doing on the left-hand side, or right on the left side of the aisle, but you're cool with what's going on the right side of the aisle. Where someone who can think for himself can look at both sides and say, yo, they're both doing the same thing. They're both caught up in the same thing. They're both on those files. They're both ready to go to war for these small hats. They're both ready to take your money and give it to them. You see what I'm saying? And when the people finally snap out of that loop, when they snap into reality, when they realize that they've been conned for all these years, that's when you have, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." You see? Verse 17, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17 reads, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see? Martial law. Look at these drones up top. Huh? Look at the drones up top. It's going to be massive surveillance. They're going to come with all the excuse that's needed to lock down all these cities. Lock them down. Send the troops in. We told you that this dude sending in all these troops in all these different states, it was to set up for what we're about to see here. Your constitution is finna go bye-bye. As a matter of fact, it's already gone. It's already gone. Freedom of speech is over. You dare not speak about certain people. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at. This is where it's at. And the moment they come after the elect, beginning with the prophets, it's go time. It's go time. But we're going to see it. Okay, we're going to see it ramping up when they come out with this MOTB, when they come out with the mark of the beast and they start mandating this chip. You see? When they start mandating this mark, all bets is off, man. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And you women are going to be the easiest targets. Y'all going to be the easiest targets for these madmen. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. It's going to be cannibalism. It's going to be breaking and entering. There's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff going on, man. You're going to see some carnage. People are going to see some carnage, man. And this is what the true men of the Lord are preparing you for. Preparing you to gird up your loins and get your minds right. Get your house in order. All right. I was listening to a couple of brothers last night. You know what I'm saying? They said they was going into the lesson that now it is time to get your house in order, man. Now it's time to examine yourself. Now it's time to repent. Now it's time to get yourself together, man, because the ark is closing. The door is closing. And when it's closed, there's no opening it, man. There's no getting around this. Only judgment is going to be lasting, and only judgment is going to be here. Right? Isaiah 13 and verse 6, it says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. You're going to see it. You're going to see it, man. And you got these jokers sitting here talking about, let's build Black America. Let's get land somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and build there or some shit. They're not preparing for the return of the Lord. They're not preparing themselves to resist. They're not preparing their minds to be a martyr. They're not preparing to suffer for this truth. They're not preparing for it. You see? They're not preparing to meet these crazed psychos. Right? Isn't that what the scriptures say? Let's go to Matthew. All right, back to Matthew chapter 24. Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love of many shall wax cold. Right? Let's look up that word for cold. Here we go. All right, that word for cold is suchos or psycho. Psycho. All right. So check this out. It says psycho, mataf of waning love. Waning love. So, the love of many is going to be gone, man. It's going to be gone. People ain't going to care about what's going on with their next door neighbors. You see? Back to Second Esdras chapter 16. All right. Second Esdras chapter 16. Let's start at verse 33. It says, you know what? Man, I want to read so much, man, but I don't want to drag this out too long. So let's just hit verse 37. All right. Now let's go to verse 33. It says, "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." We're about to see it, man. No men around. No men around. All right? Very few. And the few that's left, you better hope that you don't run into one who's about that type of time, man. You better hope you run into one who has his head on his shoulders, man. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, you're gonna wish or you're gonna hope that you run into a man of the Lord. Because anyone else is going to abuse you. You know, we talking mad shit, man. Like Mad Max type shit. You see what I'm saying? Like the movie The Road. Like the Book of Eli. Cannibals. You see what I'm saying? It says, "Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment." That's the same sentiment that's in what? That's in 1 Thessalonians. All right? Let's get that real quick. And Salaki, I promise I'm not going to draw this out too much. Not going to draw this out too much longer. I just got to hit a couple points, man. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, we have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that that day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You see? Great pains compass her womb. And so when you see this administration, all right, sparking the fires in Venezuela, possibly other other so-called Latin countries where Jake dwells, you know what I'm saying? Sparking the fire over there in Latin America, sparking the fire over in Russia with Ukraine, sparking the fire over in Nigeria, Okay, sparking the fire in Iran, sparking the fire in Taiwan, sparking the fire, sparking the fire, sparking the fire. And what does that result in? America is spread too far thin. America can't fight all these wars if they all break out at once. You see what I'm saying? Just like the Roman Empire. Just like the pagan Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire. You see? Spread too thin. All right? But according to certain scholars, you know what I'm saying? And I believe they all concur with this. The collapse of Rome didn't begin with standing armies. It didn't happen with standing armies outside of the walls. You see? The fall of Rome happened from within. And this is what we're looking at. The fall of Rome all over again. Just gonna open up this book a little bit. Look at what I'm just look at a couple things, man. It's showing guns. It's showing, you know what I'm saying. What else? It's showing. Here's one article. It says, "What if?" and it shows the floor with the flag painted on it being split. Okay, it says, "What if America is fragmented?" That's, man, I gotta read that. Shit. Hey, man. They're showing all these tactical weapons, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how to survive in the winter. You know, emergency kits, tents, and all that stuff. It says family disaster planning. All right, all kinds of stuff going on with this with this book, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is where America's mind is at right now. And I promise you, all these people who are leaving up their Christmas lights and they're gonna be left up there for like at least 2 more months. These jokers are not feeling festive. The reason they leave these lights up is because they're desperate. They're desperately holding on to better times that they can remember. But the scriptures tell you that there's no healing of Babylon. There's no healing Babylon, man. Right? So let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 39. It says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my words. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." And this is what the prophets are warning you about. This is what the prophets are telling you. You see what I'm saying? Don't set your nest here in this place that's about to be destroyed. Get yourselves prepared, get yourselves ready and prepared, okay, through the Spirit to if when the time comes, if need be, you might have to be moving. You might have to leave. You might have to leave your residence. You might have to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, camp out or do whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that the Spirit is going to be moving through us. And that the Lord will speak to his elect, all right, as a link, you know what I'm saying? The way Eli told Solara in the book of Eli. He said, a voice told me, a voice communicated with me and told me to go west. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the Lord is going to communicate with us the same way he did, all right, to the prophets of old, the same way he did to the believers, man. You see? I believe that. I believe that. But these false prophets are not preparing you for the battle, right? They have not prepared you for the battle. Let me get that real quick. They have not gone up to the gaps, bro. Let's get this. Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have to make a stand. These devils are cutting off every avenue. You see what I'm saying? Cutting off every avenue. They're cutting off the silver. You're not going to be able to purchase silver fine soon. Very soon, you won't be able to purchase silver. It's going to be so high. Looking at all the job losses, man. Let me show you something real quick. Think I'm playing. Bear with me. All right. This has happened under Trump's watch. Record layoffs under Trump. It says U.S. government, 307,000 employees. UPS, 48,000 employees. Amazon, up to 30,000 employees. Intel, 24,000. All right. Nestle, 16,000. Verizon, 15,000. Accenture, 11,000. Ford, 11,000. Novo Nordisk, all right, 9,000. And then 7,000 from Microsoft, all right. 5,600 employees from PwC. 4,000 from Salesforce. All right, 2,700 from IBM. 2,700 from American Airlines. Your airports. 2,000 from Paramount. 1,800 from Target. 1,500 from General Motors. 1444. Call hello Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right. 1,444 from Applied Materials. 1,000 from Kroger. 600 from Mega. All right, from Meta. From Meta, all right? Hey, so in order for you to continue to support this cat, you're going to have to ignore all this. You got to ignore all this. You see? And his approval rating is through the dirt. It's in the dirt, man. So let's go back. So as you can see, the numbers don't lie. It's only a matter of time before this happens. It's only a matter of time. And that's prophecy right there. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19 again. All right. I'm just going to close it out on this, man. Because I'll be here for an hour, man. Trust. I'll be here for an hour. This is Isaiah chapter 19. Let's go to verse 15. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. These are terrible times. These are dangerous times that we're entering into, man. You see? Gird up your loins and prepare to stand for righteousness' sake. You see what I'm saying? And the elect have already gotten the victory, man. Already gotten the victory. So, stand firm on faith. Call hello Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rachak Wadash. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.